Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. In this channel, we basically talk about fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and whatnot, right? So if that sounds like your jam, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That will keep you notified on your feed every time a new video drops. Now on today's video, what we're gonna talk about is I'm gonna name this my weekly rotation. This way I give you an opportunity to show you 7 or so different fragrances that I've worn this week, or this is going to be really what I've worn maybe the last 2 weeks, right? So that way you could be introduced to different options, right? Different fragrances and so forth. Yeah, let's just get to it. Okay, so this video, we're going to show a few fragrances. They're not going to be in any particular order of favorite to least favorite or which one I wore first. It's just stuff I remember wearing during the week and so forth. Really like the last 2 weeks, like I said. So the first one is going to be this one. A Sorrow Chrome Legend. This is the 30 ml. I wanted to buy a 100 ml bottle. I couldn't really find them. This wasn't the cheapest considering it's in a Sorrow, because it was this is a 30 ml and it was like 20 bucks. So 3 of these bottles would be like a 100 ml bottle, right? And that would have been like 20, 40, like 60 bucks. For a Sorrow brand, that would be considered kind of expensive, right? But you could find the 100 ml for around 30. Just for some reason, when I bought this one, I couldn't find one. So anyways, when I first bought this, I wasn't that impressed with it. I was kind of like, like I sprayed it on my arm, smelled it up close, and I was like, I get a lot of sweet amber and some real synthetic green apple. I was like, didn't smell like the best quality to me. It almost smelled like, I was like, it's almost like sickly sweet. So then a few of my friends tried it when I leave fragrances out and they want to throw something on. When I smelled it out in the air, I was like, wow, it smells different. Then I tried it again. When you're wearing this out in when it's a little windy, like it can still be the hot weather, but can't be a dry heat. It has to be some wind flying around. You really get a sillage with this. So it smells like if it's a lot stronger because it's leaving a scent trail, right? Then the green apple, you get some amber and some musk. It smells real fresh, kind of crisp in a way. And it has a little bit of sweetness, but it's no longer overbearing, right? Because you're not smelling it directly close. It's out in the air. So it smells a lot better. That's where the magic happens. And that's where people are going to smell, right? Your central. They're not going to be sniffing you up close. So there, it doesn't smell as synthetic. It smells a little more refined, if you will. And yeah, this is, to me, it went from kind of a dud on first impression to a real nice one, a solid buy. So yeah, that was the first one right here. Threw on is this one, another a Sorrow Wanted. Now when you go to your rag stores, your Ross, TJ Maxx, stuff like that, a Sorrow is probably gonna be one of the best brands you're gonna find out there in the rag stores for a cheap, affordable price, right? Once you go into your online websites, there's a lot of options out there at good prices because you get discounts, right? But at the actual stores, these are probably gonna be some of the best ones you find for the price they're in, right? So this one, I remember when this came out, this had a lot of hype when you went to your Macy's, your Sephora's, other, maybe because it was newer, so they were pushing it. Whenever you went in the stores, they're like, try this one, it's the newest release, or everyone's buying it. Go to another store, they're telling you the same thing. I was like, wow, everybody's really pushing this one on me. And it's actually pretty good. Let me spray it out in the air real quick. This one, the sprayer is much better than this one, in my opinion. Even though this one looks kind of cooler as far as the sprayer, this one's just kind of cheap and look with that crimp and all that, but it's real solid as far as the sprayer. So this one's gonna be a little sweeter. It's gonna be what people coined the bubblegum scent DNA, and I could definitely see that. Here you're gonna get some green apple, and I get some vetiver. I think there's cardamom in here. I could get kind of some of that cardamom and green apple. You don't really smell them per se, but like when they're mixed together, the smell you get, it's like, okay, I could picture cardamom and green apple smelling that way if you mesh them together, right? So yeah, it gets some, like I said, it's pretty sweet. I don't really get a lot of spiciness to it. It has some lemon. I don't really get the lemon either. Although you do get a bit of a freshness to it. Although there's never any like a citrusy feel to it. But I'm guessing that's what's giving it some freshness. It's a little bit fresh, but more sweet than it is fresh. People like Invictus, that one, like they really hit it out of the ballpark with that one. Everybody loves it. It's a big seller, so they have a million flankers, right? I personally, I'm not a fan of Invictus. I can't get behind it. It's not my thing. I bought it, wore it a few times, resold it because I was like, this is something I'm not really gonna wear. And this one, it's in that wheelhouse of Scent DNA, but in my opinion, this is far better. People compare this two Invictus, and there's also the Aqua di Gio Absolute. They say, oh, it's in the Invictus style fragrances. And I like both of these a lot more than I like Invictus, the one that inspired them. I know, go figure, right? But yeah, this one, if you like something a little sweet with some power behind it, this is a solid buy. This one is pretty strong. It will last you a good 7 hours. And you know what? The projection on this, it's I kind of feel like I get a stronger projection with this than this, but the projection on this is still solid. You will be noticed, and you could get this one is 50 mil, get it at about $30. Sometimes if you get lucky, you could get the 100 mil for about $35, right, or maybe 40. So that's a solid buy, either one. So yeah, that's the one and this one's a compliment getter. If you care about that stuff, so very mainstream scent DNA, will get you compliments, will get you positive attention. All right, the next one on the list of what I've been wearing lately is this one. Live It Off Cool Water Intense. Now, this is a powerhouse. All the Cool Waters, they have this type of atomizer. It looks kind of basic, but I like these atomizers. Look at this. Real strong. Now, here you're going to get a strong coconut note, kind of like a syrupy coconut. So it's all going to depend on if you like the smell of coconut, because that's going to be the main player. And you're going to get some amber. So it's going to be real sweet. It's two real sweet notes, right? That's mainly what you're going to get from this. And then once you get further to the dry down, you're just going to get more of that amber than the coconut. But in the beginning, you kind of get both. It's a powerhouse. Not quite ready to say it's beast mode, but it's definitely powerhouse. You will be noticed. When I first got it, again, I didn't think it was my favorite. I was like, that's too sickly sweet. But then when you're wearing it, and it's out there getting the sillage and the scent trail around, smells real pleasant. I think now the 125 mil is $35. Let me see, does it say the size here? Oh, it's a 2.5. It's a 75 mil. So yeah, you could get the 125 mil for about 35 nowadays. I think it's a solid buy. A lot of these have been kind of strong fragrances with good sillage, because it's been raining a lot lately here in California, and it's been windy. So I've been going with some stuff that's a little stronger, right? And this one out in the rain smells real solid. I don't know if I would wear this in the summer. Even though it has coconut, it leads you to think, oh, it's kind of tropical. It works in the high heat. But it has that amber that's real sweet as well. And in the high heat, I can see this being coined. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Will this get you compliments? It depends if the person likes coconut, because you're going to get a strong dose of it here. So, yeah, that's the third one in the rotation. Okay, the next one in the rotation, this is a niche one, so it's a little more expensive. This one's more weather specific. It has to be kind of like in winter. It has to be kind of cold outside. This is called a Maj Maj. This is a tester. I like that the tester say this. It says the name in the side. Then it says right here, tester, not for resale. I know, right? And this is what it is. So anyways, like I said, I like these because it has the names on the sides. So this one is, if you like Interlude Man, you'll probably like this one. And I don't hear any talk about this one. Now, what you're going to get here is going to be a little bit creamy, but mainly you're going to get the smell of ash, like an ash note here. It's not like a cigarette ashtray. It's a clean ash. It's almost more like, you know, when you're at the beach and you have bonfires and you have all that ash, while it's burning, it's kind of smoky. But when you turn the bonfire off, the ashes are flying around in the wind, because when you're at the beach, it's kind of windy and so forth. And then they feel more fresh. That's kind of what you get here. The ash here is, it's not smoky, it's cleaner. It reminds me a lot of that ash with that cold wind flying around in the beach. It kind of reminds me of that ash. And then, like I said, you get a little bit of creaminess. There's of course, that frankincense is in here as well, that most of the old school Maj fragrances have. And you get some leather here. I can't really detect the leather too much, but it's there at the base to kind of hold the fragrance together and make it last. Like I said, if you like Interlude Man, you'll probably like this one. I find Interlude Man to be more challenging than this one. And people say this one's too challenging, that's why nobody buys it. I find Interlude Man to be a lot more difficult to wear than this one. Although I like both, I think I kind of like this one more. And I think it's not very versatile, but I think it's a little more versatile than Interlude Man. Interlude Man, it has to be cold, has to be windy for you to be able to wear it. This one, it doesn't have to be as cold and windy, although it still has to be fresh outside to pull this one off. Alright, the next one in the rotation here is George Saharov's signature pour home. Here's the bottle. Now, when I first got this, the juice was purple, and now it's almost like a bluish type of tint to it. So it looks kind of different. Now, here's the atomizer. Solid atomizer. You gotta make sure you press it all the way down. This smells real nice. Now, this one has a little bit of class to it, but it's something I definitely wear as just a signature scent. I could wear it just with some jeans, t-shirt like how I'm dressed right now. But it could also be dressed up a little bit if you wanted it to be, right? Like a button-up shirt tucked in and so forth. This would also work for that. This one, it's right up my alley. It's my type of thing. I like these type of fragrances. But some people might think, oh, it's more gentlemanly. It's not youthful and fun. I actually find this to be kind of youthful, right? Like it's kind of a more modern take on what people normally think as a fougere. It doesn't smell like a Sorrow Pour Home, but if you ever try to Sorrow the EDT, it has this freshness about it that makes it not so serious, even though it is kind of like a fougere type of fragrance. It makes it more like universal, more versatile, right? And that's what I get from this one. I think it can be one for a lot of different occasions. What I mainly get here is you're gonna get some lavender, you're gonna get some myrrh. The myrrh makes it kind of like sweet. And I get some black pepper here as well. I think it says it has vetiver. I feel like you kind of have to look for the vetiver. It's just there as like a kind of like a supporting cast member. I think the main players is gonna be the lavender, the pepper, and the myrrh. They're gonna be what you're mainly gonna get. Although this I think has like a million notes in it, but they're gonna be the main ones. Can this get you compliments? Of course it can. It just depends on who you're around and what type of fragrances they like. Now, people in my age range, people I talk to, my friends, we're in our 30s. So this is something a lot of them like. Now, if I'm around a lot of people that are 19, 21, might be different reactions, right? Just depending on what kind of group you're around, the age range and whatnot, right? So yeah, we got this one. Performance on this, I get a good 7 hours. On the projection, I would say if we went from 1 to 10, it's somewhere around a 7 or an 8. So it's a solid projector. All right, the last one in the rotation is this one, CK Escape. This is by Calvin Klein. Love the bottle design. I wish they made more of these, but I guess this one wasn't a big seller. Or maybe it was because they're still making it, right? So, but anyway, I kind of wish they would have had more of these. That they would have had one with blue juice because I really like the bottle design. I would have loved to have one like this with blue juice. The cap is pretty simplistic. It's plastic. I mean, I could break it if I try hard enough to crush it. The atomizer, it's kind of like the cool water atomizer. Look at that. Very fresh. Up top, it's you immediately get juniper berries when you spray it in the air. But so to me, juniper berries, it's a fresh smell, and it's kind of like youthful, I would say. But then it's mixed with other stuff, right? There's some eucalyptus. What else was on this? I think some vetiver. So then it gives it a little bit more of a dated scent DNA. It's not gonna be for everybody. Even for myself, I feel like this is a little bit old school even for me, right? But I don't mind these type of fragrances. This one I wore not too long ago, but I wore it just in the house. I was just lounging around the house. I didn't wear it to go anywhere, right? Would I wear this when I go somewhere? This is not something I would reach often to go somewhere. This is something I would wear either when I'm exercising. So like if you go to the gym or something, this is nice for that. Or just out of the shower when I'm just at home already at night watching TV or whatever, right? It's not, since I have a lot of fragrances, this is not something I would wear when I'm out doing stuff because there's other fragrances I like more than this. So basically what I'm trying to say is it's not my favorite, but I do enjoy it to wear it once in a while, right? Specifically like wearing it out of the shower just here at home. So like I said, did I say that notes already? Some eucalyptus, some vetiver, some juniper berries. So yeah, this is gonna be the last one in the rotation for today. Hopefully if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And other than that, I'll just check you guys out next time.